Testing. Mic check. Thank you for tuning in to another live segment here with the You Will Make It TV YouTube channel where we share inspirational quotes, divine messages, and insightful topics weekly, along with relatable stories and insightful topics. So we will be doing this weekly. If you haven't already, please become a subscriber. This way you receive notifications every time You Will Make It TV posts new content, okay? We do appreciate your support so far in the 2026 new year. We couldn't do what we do without you guys. Like, and it matters. So we will be showing our thanks in many ways this year in 2026, especially for our supporters with more raffles, more discounts and promos to some of your favorite retailers as well, like Avon, TurboTax. I've been sharing the link for anybody that might be extra interested in, 20% off. You might be using TurboTax this year, guys. Please check out the links in the shorts section column of You Will Make It TV. If you check the comment section, we always have some kind of promo link. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for some of your favorite retailers. So for right now, y'all, it is what it is. It's just like TurboTax, Walmart. Who else did we have lately? Avon. So you will see those more throughout the whole year of 2026. It won't just be like you're getting good content when you come over here. You'll also be able to look out for discount promos and things like this. And we also will begin what we were doing as far as promoting small businesses in our communities and abroad. Okay, that's going to be brought to you guys from You Will Make It TV and our sister partner, Crown Publishing Content, if that makes sense. So yeah, please remember to hit that subscribe bell so you don't miss none of this good stuff this year. We are here to talk a little bit today. I felt like I was a good candidate for this topic. It doesn't mean you're better than anybody that the news be talking about or nothing. That's why we call these relatable stories. Seriously. Because America's Next Top Model was one of my favorite TV reality shows. I mean, everybody was watching Love and Hip Hop and Flavor of Love and all these different shows back then. I definitely used to catch America's Next Top Model. All Next Top Model fans, hit that like button. We used to catch it every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. If you know, you know. I even remember what time we used to come on, cause like for us back then as young ladies, this was like, I'm not saying it was, but it could have been like showing you etiquette and what models go through and how to carry yourself as a woman. If everybody watched that show, especially if that was the direction they was trying to go in life, and you could apply. They would have sign-ups. Oh, I was just trying to make sure my coffee was hot. They would have sign-ups like just like any of these TV shows. You can Mari, uh, Dr. Phil is as simple as doing an application, guys. They do come around to some of them people applications. That other show, American Idol. I know you guys remember that one. That those type of competitions. I miss that kind of stuff. Now they got the one called Mass Singer, all kind of shows. That's when I stopped watching it. Like I don't know how you supposed to know who behind the mask. It's called Mass Singer. Have y'all heard of that show? But yeah, talking about reality TV again and how the whole time, I know I'm not the only one, but people would just be like, pay attention. Really, at the end of the day, it's not the industries that are selling and it's the millionaires. It's the image. It's the image that, in my opinion, for the record, this is just a commentary, reactionary video to real relatable stories and insightful topics. I just give my opinions over here. Nobody has to agree. But like to me, they just sell the image and they put so much money into, you know, uh directing young ladies, young teens, young girls into what they should want to be like, what they should want to look like, what should bring them worth and value, you know. And I know a lot of people saw that a long time ago, but it's just crazy, like in history making itself. Why am I bringing this up? Like I'm so disappointed in modeling agencies right now. I don't know about you guys. It don't matter if I was never in the industry. It doesn't matter. It matters to me because I was once going that direction. So I understand. I believe a lot of those victims and young girl stories, they said they was just looking to chase and follow their dreams, and they signed up with a modeling, because you can find those modeling sign up things all over the internet these days. But I do want to make my own suggestion to the young ladies out there too. We live in an age of social media, sweetie. You can become an IG model on your own. You don't even need those big brands and contracts. Everybody's goals are different. Like, what kind of model are you trying to be? The main image, when people think model, they just think runway. Like, come on, bro. They need models in different areas of society. Like, they have hand models, eye models, glasses models, hair models, skin models, you name it. But I don't know why people just don't feel like they fit in if they're not some kind of fashion runway model or something. Like, oh my God. And the whole time you got to turn around and find out that it was some of these photography companies and modeling companies specifically being what? Revealed, exposed in the Epstein files. That is horrible, bro. Because they ain't even got started with those dance mom TV shows. Whatever them TV shows is where they be having those little kids walking across the runways. Not saying I see anything wrong with it. Actually, if anything, I believe God is showing me a whole lot more before I even went a certain direction with my own children. Like, maybe you need to remain the manager. Like, just look how the industry is. They try to take all the parent power from the family and the people, especially when these stars are children. Like, why would they want them to have rights over their own stuff? Right? Think about it. To me, they be trying to get these kids in close right around the time, right before they can even find their identities. They already want, especially if they know they have potential, or they might have potential to become something great. It's so stupid though. Like, because I saw when I watched America's Next Top Model, I saw how much those ladies put on the line to just to try to get their name out there, because they could only pick one winner every season. Let's be honest. They would start with like 35, 40 girls. And by the end of that season, only one girl wins, right? Some people, they like them kind of competitions. I'm not here to judge it. But yeah, some of them shave their head bald because, you could be asked to do special things with your image. You know what I'm saying? When you sign up for these brands, they be so excited. And oh my God, I'm finna be rich and I got this advancement. But then they come to you and say, hey, we need you to shave your head off for this next photo shoot. And they be serious. They be serious. They're like, hey, we need you to lose 10 pounds, or we need you to gain 10 pounds before this runway show next week. Everybody's not built for that type of stuff. So once again, the young people got to ask themselves, like, what kind of model are you trying to be? Don't let fashion and runway and all that fool you. You don't know what all them people go through. They have very strict regulations. Uh, not only to compete in those type of competitions, but to even become a contestant, like those Miss America pageants. I just hate that pageant and modeling industry is being drugged, or ever got drugged into all these. Have y'all heard in other news the John Bonet story's been coming up again? It's been going viral again. People are whispering, chattering. They're asking again what happened to John Bonet. I'll be right back. There was another little girl child star. Well, not Shirley Temple, but I'm talking about those kinds for sure. I'm trying to give y'all an idea of where I'm going with this. But like, you had Shirley Temple, but that John Bonet girl, wasn't that story from like the 80s or early 90s? It's so crazy what's coming out in the Epstein files and stuff, because some of these cases, just to remind people, were like unsolved stories. I remember that story about the young girl John Bonet, and I couldn't believe that it was being brought back up in like 2026. People just still wondering, where is she? What happened to her? Like, all they did is put her in a spotlight. She did her, because they have runway modeling. Pretty much they're called pageants when they kids like that. But those pageants, they take them very, very serious. It's just like football to the people that love football. When the kids out there playing football, when these baby girls are in these pageants, these mothers and parents and coaches take this very, very serious. Okay, they might invest. something like $10,000 in one pageant. And, that's actually kind of normal in that industry to invest $8,000. And we're talking minimum here. They lucky to spend $5,000, but because they put money into their costumes, their makeup, and their talent and their stage setups. Because that's the point for you to receive as many first, second, third place, awards through these type of competitions. And it's crazy. I have daughters now, but I wasn't in no rush to like push them off into some modeling agency or woo woo woo. See, we have it all wrong. We think, okay, all I need is that deal, and then I made it, or my kid got to get that deal. That's crazy. Um, self-made is real too. We're not encouraging everybody that you will make TV like, oh, become self-made. All your problems will go away. I can say a few of them will go away. There's just less problems you have when you're self-made. Let's be honest. When your mom is the one taking your tour, your mom's the one booking your shows, your mom's the manager, your mom's the one helping you, picking what deals and stuff you're gonna take and not take. But why do you see so many of these kids enter the industry and then most of the power is stripped from their parents? It's weird. That's what make you like. I was already thinking that way, long term, thinking ahead of the game. Like, man, this you could see that whatever they're doing with contracts in the industry wasn't going to go too much further, not for too much longer. You know, uh, so you already put yourself in the mindset. Hey, if we all have to start putting on for ourselves through our own talent shows, pageants, sports events, whatever we got to do for the kids, we're gonna keep going and do that. We know we don't have to go knock on industry doors all the time. People do that when they're trying to be mainstream headline, sell their soul type deal for the fame. That's not how everybody has to go about it. And that's why people do mock self-made independent starters, because it might take them a little longer. It might not have as much attention or as many people in the spotlight when they're doing their own thing. But I bet you they ain't got to worry about people chasing all their models, trying to make their models pay them their whole soul. Like, no, that's not the kind of stuff. Things like talent shows, guys, for example. Remember how common those once were? How many schools have you seen do talent shows like they used to? At the middle schools and high schools. Like it was getting them ready because some kids are into the arts and drama and photography and all of that before they even leave high school. I'm not saying there's no problem with that. That's why I thought shows, band shows, pep rallies, all of that. It's more like getting that young person ready for the real big stage if they continue to go that direction. But yeah, it's just sad because we know the modeling industry is one of the main places people been putting the spotlight on the music industry, but wait till the acting industry, modeling industry, and every other industry get put under the microscope too. Why would you just say only in the music industry is where we saw child stars? No, we see them on TV. We saw them on the runway. We see child stars in sports and stuff too. Like there's many different industries that work with kids. But what would you say the enemy's really trying to do if all the industries suddenly look just like impossible to trust? Come on now. That you think the kids supposed to stop having dreams and visions? Some of these kids, as kids today, still know what they want to do when they grow up, no matter what's being revealed in the Epstein file. So we got to find a way around, like what direction do people go when under other industries and businesses are being like exposed? To me, you go ahead and start thinking about like the new things you're going to start. It don't always necessarily have to be new. For example, we all know what a battery is, like the AAA or AA batteries you put into a device or something. But I was just going to remind people how many battery companies is it? When you think about it right now, you don't just have the Energizer Bunny company. You got Duracell. I can't even think of all the battery companies, but it's a good example. Like that means after the invention of the battery came out, thousands of other people started their own battery companies. When the invention of the ink pen came out, for example, thousands of other companies started creating their own ink pens too. Let's keep going. When the invention of selling cow's milk in retailer stores came out, Many other companies started, you know what I'm saying, processing their own milk too and selling milk at the stores. This is how this works. I gotta get my other charger, y'all. Hold on. But yeah, so just like with modeling, Hollywood, anything else, once something's introduced, if you don't like the way, the first inventor or the first original creator, that's happened with any business. Like once the original creation come out, everybody just start making their own version. You know how many light bulb companies it is right now? You can buy any brand you want to, but it's up to you. But there are that many options. It ain't just like one person get the inventor of light bulbs and one company is making all their money type of deal. So yeah. I don't know. The last update I seen, they was just saying that it seemed like Tyra Banks wasn't trying to take any accountability. You know what I'm saying? People might just want to do interviews or question her about whatever was leaked in the Epstein files or messages they found, what she was involved in. And people gonna believe it because most of her colleagues pretty much worked in the modeling industry. I think even Tyra Banks was recruited as a young girl. That's what they need to look into. Everybody trying to scream Tyra Banks' name. Oh, she's in the Epstein files, but how does that make sense when she was recruited herself as a child? I wouldn't say she was a child, but I know Tyra Banks was probably like 14, 15 when she first even probably was picked up with her first modeling jobs and stuff. What did people think she started that in her 20s? Like she was full grown? No, she wasn't. She's another one. It's so crazy. Like she was another one that was nothing but a baby. When her talent, when they discovered her or whatever. Really, do they discover this talent or do they just scout out who they want, who's willing to be down, and not go against what they're told when they sign these contracts, right? That's what it made me think about with Tyra Banks because she was young too when she first started the modeling industry. If anything, she need to open up. I don't see what the problem is. Like, tell your story again, sis. This is the best time to tell it. Every other person that was young that went through some crazy stuff while they was in the industry, while they was a young person, they're speaking on it, like right now. So she would be one I would feel like the people would listen to, you know. And this was like in the 90s, early 90s, late 80s, maybe when she was first discovered as a teen and stuff like that. She should talk more about what she went through too. But just her being silent, I guess that's everybody's little suspicion right now. They don't know. But people are learning. Don't judge a person just because they silent. Don't want to give no comments, statements. Further, they don't want to irritate because things could come out later. I just hadn't heard any other podcaster talk about it. Like, bro, everybody's saying how, yeah, I believe Tyra Banks was a part of it. A part of what? Being recruited as a young kid? I'm not here to just try to defend her honor or nothing, but that part is true too. Tyra Banks wasn't but 14 or 15 years old when them people put her in the modeling industry. So, anyways, even when I get off of this topic, off of this live, I might even go look up some more and come with a part two when it comes to Tyra Banks' career story. I know for sure I heard that somewhere. She started as a teen too. Didn't Naomi Campbell did too? A lot of their names is being quote unquote brought up in the Epstein files. Now, this is what this means. When your name brought up in the Epstein files, you're either on one side of it or of the other. You were a perpetrator or you were a victim. That's why I'm not like feeding into so much of what the news is talking about just because they say they found somebody's name in it. Like tell us some more. Is the name is it from them doing something or is they just in it because they were a victim? That type of stuff. Because as young as they joined the industry, while they were young, how could they say much or go tell something? They young, trying to find their way in the industry, trying to not lose their contracts and stuff, right? I just don't understand parents like, yep, here's my child. Just because I want my child to have money and be in a modeling industry, here's my child. No, I feel like it should be mandatory for, like, they shouldn't even be able to sign up for the industry without. I don't mean just parents' consent. That's not enough. The parents should be left in each and every contract, guardian, not just chosen handlers of who they think. I'm actually glad society went like that for a while because it's showing people that's not working. Y'all just be throwing any handler and people with these people, wondering why things is going into chaos. Let them choose who they trust, first of all. How about that? Let them choose who they trust, handling their money, signing their checks, and whatever else they be having going on with these accounts and stuff when they sign these contracts. I bet they rarely get a say so in that moving forward. But they quick to give you the brands and deals and book the shows and stuff. Do that still mean you have any type of control over your life? It's coming out more and more. Again, anybody can go sign a contract. You ain't even got to have talent. How many of y'all have heard people say they don't know how this person made it or that person made it? Like, they be like, oh, to me, they're not talented. And they just be, you know, I'm not going to pick out any artist specifically. They do be saying like they don't see how some of these celebrities made it to where they are. You understand? And they don't say it out of spite to me. They say it because they don't see the talent. They don't even see. They like, who picked this person up? They know people can sing better on the street corner type of deal or rap better at the hookah lounge in a local community. So we always knew it was something just more anyway. Yeah, like maybe when they change a little bit of the regulations for some of these industries, I don't feel like the industries necessarily, because some people have already thought to the extremes. They need to just end all these industries. I don't think it should be that extreme, but I do think a whole lot more regulations will be coming in the near future, especially for minors. And y'all already know what I said. I think they need a whole separate constitution for the children in America, like a whole nother set of constitutional rights that highlight, explain, underline, and boldly proclaim rights that children have. Because see, I guess they should call it children's workers' rights at this point. In some countries, child labor laws actually exist. So this is an interesting topic. You put these kids to work when you sign them up for contracts, put them in Disney, put them in all these different uh, industries and stuff. Well, that might be something that help protect the kids. Because y'all know kids be starting off early. Now, we don't just mean in the industry. You even got babies out here that's scholars, geniuses, graduating at the age of 12, graduating high school at the age of 14 and stuff like that. Nobody ever say nothing about them kids because there's nothing wrong with graduating high school at 14, 12 years old, but it is still some little baby geniuses out there doing stuff like that. The thing is, you got to protect those kind of babies too, because they might not even be trying to get in the industry, but somebody might just see their genius, their wits, their gift with wisdom and knowledge and want to do evil stuff with that. So parents of those kids, I say yes, keep protecting the babies, especially when you see they like little geniuses or a little more advanced or mature than most kids at that age. Oh yeah, those are to be protected too. I mean, all kids deserve it, but I'm just saying things for us to zoom in on. You know what I mean? They don't just find talent out of the blue sky. They don't just fall out the blue sky. It be something that they see, you know what I'm saying, these certain kids to me that make them seem worthy of contracts and all of these. And the parents be so happy. All they know, they look at it like, oh, okay, my kid done made it. Somebody scout them out. They just be quick to sign anything for the money, bro. I bet them industries be telling them, yeah, your child in good hands. I bet. I can't wait to hear more from parents because people are asking that question anyway. Like, where were a lot of these child stars' parents? I mean, and we're not talking about when we say, oh, they were backstage at their shows. They were backstage like Usher Mama. We know they were there to support them and Beyonce Daddy. We know that, but like, where were they actively through the progression of these child stars' careers and stuff like that? I couldn't imagine just like, here you go, Sony, take my daughter. I couldn't imagine it. Like, I couldn't even imagine it. That's how I know I would have way more questions if a real business deal ever went down like that. Like, why the mother can't be have a say so and her name. That's why I feel like Beyonce and them ain't got to be perfect, but I feel like her parents are a good stellar example of like how to not leave your child high and dry in the industry. I've never heard news that Beyonce's mom and dad just left her to the wolves. Even if that's her story, she haven't told nothing like that yet, but they definitely actively show their presence throughout her deals and careers, right? As a songstress. You didn't just people can talk about, oh, Beyonce was young too when she joined the industry. So what? Did her mom and dad just leave her out there to dry? No, they didn't. He says time and times in these documentaries that Beyonce dad was very much active as far as contract deals and you know what I'm saying, what he was not willing to be okay with pertaining to his daughter. Now, once again, I didn't say that they're the perfect parents of the world, but I think that they're a stellar example, like I said, of how not to just sign your kid over to some industry. Even if they still kind of did that to Beyonce in some way, I do commend her parents because it's like I don't just hear stories and rumors of her parents leaving her out high and dry, just leaving her in the industry, and she could never call on them again. They had no say so in her work and her money and her contracts. No, her parents didn't do her like that. Beyonce parents been active the whole time, it looked like. So now it leads to my next question. Where was Tyra Banks' parents? She joined the industry young as hell. And some of these girls that was going on America's Next Top Model, I'm not really worried about them because to my understanding, the show was saying you had to be 21 and up to even come to the auditions. So somebody lying, y'all. It still don't mean 21 and up cannot be like mistreated, abused, scammed out of their money. No, it's just saying for sure, America's Next Top Model, you had to be 21 and up to even come on this show. It might have been 18, but I know they only let legal age girls come on there, like old enough to sign their own deals and contracts if they were to win the show. So I did always commend that TV show for that. Like they weren't just letting young teenagers come on TV like some of these other shows, Dance Moms and uh these shows, which I'm not mocking them, where the kids be clearly minors. But you think it's cool to just show them, advertise them on TV? Because that's another thing people been looking into. They think we just watch these shows for the season and we don't ask about the people. So here's what I mean. Uh, like that Dance Mom show, I heard. Why is my charger acting like this, bro? Oh, the Dance Mom show, I heard like years after the show was even over, like some of the kids won some of the competitions. Years later, you know how fans will do. They'll be like, I wonder how this girl or that dance team is doing. And they would go back and look into their stories and their lives, like how are these girls doing now? And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes they found out these people going through things you wouldn't believe, even after being on shows and stuff. Like it was so funny. Somebody made a post the other day, like, "Yo, what did happen to all the celebrities? It's like they hot, for the second that they hot. And then if you just don't research them or do a follow up and see how they're doing now, you'll never know. It's almost like the industry is pissed that fans are doing that now. Like they go and research, no, how is this artist doing now? We don't care if they ain't did a song in 10 and 20 years. How are they doing now? We don't care if they ain't did a movie in 5 years. How's this person and their wife doing and their kids doing? That's the kind of time people are. I don't know why they think, oh, we just make these people fall in the shadows. They was a one-hit wonder. Okay, one hit wonders, that's why they're called it. It was a wonder when it was a hit. And you expect people to just forget about these people just because you ain't seen them make no more money. I mean, make no more movies or songs or whatever it is they do in the industry. So I do commend the world for that. Like, yeah, let's stop just moving on. Like, we don't care about what how the celebrities that we were fans of years ago are doing now, just because we ain't heard them do a new album. We ain't heard them do a new movie. I'm so proud of society for using the internet for positive things. On that note, they go look up, how is such and such doing that? Y'all remember that TV show Seventh Heaven, for example? There was a whole cast on that show. A lot of these TV shows, they had a whole cast. Okay, they were popular TV shows once upon a time. You'll just be shocked if you go look up, like, okay, how is the whole cast doing? Not the main star, not the main characters, the whole cast they played on the show. You go look up, okay, how they all doing now? You just be seeing these tragic stories left and right. How you gonna go from a millionaire dollar TV show to you're sleeping at the bus stop? You're getting unemployment. Some of these stars, retired stars, is getting food stamps now. I know y'all saw that. Hold on, guys. I gotta really do something with this charger. I'm back, y'all. I had to find uh a charger outlet that will work with me accordingly here, but it looks like we might have found one. Oh, there's charger. Then people think you're trying to be bossy, control their life. When, like, don't tell me how many kids to have. Don't tell me what to do with my body. It don't help though when you're making kids and then they just end up in a struggle. and then money hungry business opportunity seeking people see that your child comes from a hard life, and they the first ones they try to advertise those kind of deals to, because they feel like there's no way they can say no. They don't have anybody else, they don't have family, they don't come from any real stability, so them be the main kids they be trying to get. So yeah, guys, I apologize for the pause breaks. So many pause breaks. Dang, I didn't know my volume was so low. For the chat stir in the chat, they said I just joined. What's happening? We're doing a live, relatable, insightful topic about the new revelations of, allegations or possibilities that Tyra Banks' name might have been in the Epstein files, and people are losing it. Honestly, it's a viral topic right now. They're losing it because some of their, in my own words, some of their favorite idols and the people who showed them the loveliest images of how to carry yourself as a woman, how to get everything you want without looking like a gold digger, a whore, a user. Like, oh my God, women don't have it easy because you're going to be labeled one of the three if you're not an independent woman at the end of the day. Out here trying to find your own business deals and get your own money. But then when we try to do that, we're trying to be men. I mean, we can't win for losing. We're trying to be men. We need to stay in a woman's place. Uh, it's women out here have worked in steel toe boots and hard hats with vests on, just as the Amazon company. There's women that work at construction sites. There's women that work on the back of dump trucks at this point. Like, do people know how far we've come in society before they start trying to label again and like tell women what they should and shouldn't be able to do? More and more vigilante, weird groups and stuff are being exposed. People with similar interests. Really, they call them cults, to be honest with y'all. Cults don't have anything to do with witchcraft and spirituality all the time. A cult is a group of at least two people or more who share common interests and strong belief. You have now just started a cult. If it's a friends group, if it's a small singing group, if it's a small basketball team, if it's a small community organization group, it's a cult. Now, cults can be positive or negative, in my opinion. Leave you guys' own opinions in the comments, as the Epstein files have exposed. And what do you guys think? Do you think everybody who's been exposed in those files may as well go ahead and accept the fact that maybe they were all a part of the same cult, which is they believe they should be able to have no limits on their sexual appetites or fetishes or the ages that they should be allowed to. Hey, in other news, y'all, for real, the state of Colorado is proposing a bill that will allow children 16 and older to get married. But you go do your research on your own time. That's the new update I think I've seen as of this morning. It was an article posted about 2 days ago. And so far, the comments, the viral comments, the people's response in Colorado do not seem to like it. Though a lot of things are laid back in Colorado already, cannabis laws, uh, LGBTQ rights and regulations and stuff like that. But this one, the people are saying they're going too far. Leave your own opinions in the chat because they're not the only state, but these are the times we live in. People are fighting more than ever, to me, just to be able to defend their sexual appetites. All they got to do is admit that they have. To me, they just need to make more programs for people with sexual addictions at the end of the day. I guess with some of these wealthy people, though, like, how do you get so rich that your fetishes become weirder and weirder? Like, most of these rich people have a husband and wife and kids and family. What more do you need? So they show us that image. Like, this is my happy family. These are my children. This is the team I'm working with. But the Epstein files is revealing no, you actually have more going on than that. Just admit it. When you think you got a lot of money, you feel like you do what you want to do. The stigma is if you don't have much money, you shouldn't be allowed to do what the ones with the money get to do. And that's the stigmas we're tearing down right now. Because the human experience is for everybody human. No matter how much money is in your pocket. Thank you for tuning in and You Will Make It TV, guys. Remember to help me get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen, and to hit that subscribe bell if you're just coming in. Everybody wasn't a Tyra Banks fan. What did I leave off saying? Y'all are forgetting Tyra Banks was only 15 or 16 when she was founded. I'm not even saying when she became a model yet. Have anybody stopped and asked her what she's been through? And why is Tyra Banks so quiet right now? They say sometimes silence speaks volumes, especially when something is being exposed all over the nation, all over the country, all over the world. That's why it's called America's Next Top Model. So I'll keep it on a nation level. But we all know modeling is a global industry. Okay? Models come from Sudanese, Asia, Australia, all those places. And all these different industries, no matter where they are in the globe, they have no problem working with talent and minors. So is it the talent they're working it with, or are they just using these kids' dreams and goals to get what they want from the kids? You know what I'm saying? We are woke, we are paying attention. It's like I said, some of these people they threw on Disney Channel and all that stuff weren't even talented. On Nickelodeon and some of these music things, I'm not trying to take credit away from anybody. If you became a star, you became a star. But let more of these child stars speak. We've been having a ball listening to them. The Orlando Browns, the Raven Simones, the Miley Cyruses, the JoJo Siwas. We've been having a ball hearing the Justin Biebers of the world. Because, like, in Asia, they have these teen groups too, like pop star groups and stuff. And I was kind of studying that too lately. Some of them people be young kids too. Dream is sleep, baby. But I know for sure, like a lot of young ladies who definitely had dreams and visions and goals of being models in the future. Tyra Banks is definitely in the top 10, probably of like famous models of all time that they would aspire to be like. And then just imagine how they's crushing them for them to find out, oh, you had secret dealings on an island with children. It's crazy. I hope that's not true about Tyra Banks. We'll be back with a part two soon, guys. I'm gonna just do a part two because I want to be for sure that people like Tyra Banks and that Naomi Campbell were also teens when they even joined the modeling industry. They just became top models. And then people are quick to want those titles. I'm the top. I'm the best. I'm the, you know what I'm saying? Okay, do know when you get in that spot, you will be judged crucially. Everything you do. Just ask Tyra Banks. Not even, I don't know. She might not regret her career, but at this point, does she? Because they bringing up stuff from 20, 15 years ago. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button. And until next time.